Class 5, entitled Math Magic 5. This is the chapter 9, from page 126 to page 133. Page 126. Boxes and sketches. Sweet box. Ramya went to buy sweets. The shopkeeper took a paper cutout and quickly made a lovely pink box for the sweets. Observe the photo and make your own box. Use the cutout on page 201. How fast can you fold it? To the right side of the page, we see a picture of the box that was made by the shopkeeper by the paper cutout in pink color. After coming home, Ramya unfolded the box. She removed the extra flaps so the cutout looked like this. There is a picture of the box unfolded given below this. And to the right side of that, we have Ramya thinking in her mind, "This shape makes a box. Let me see what other shapes will make a box." She made 4 more shapes. Each is to be folded along the dotted lines. You have to find out which of these can be made into a box. We have 4 different cutouts below this, marked as A, B, C, and D. Each has some dotted lines and is supposed to be folded along those lines. And also you have to find out which of these boxes can actually be made into a box. For the teacher. This chapter focuses on visualization of 3-dimensional shapes and how they can be represented on paper in 2 dimensions. The representation used here are nets, like the ones above, layout plans for a house, and perspective drawings. Page 127. Shapes that fold into a cube. A. Buddha wants to make a paper cube using a squared sheet. He knows that all the faces of a cube are squares. To the right side of the page on the top, we have a picture of Buddha thinking and asking himself, how many faces does the cube have? In his mind, he is seeing a cube. He draws 2 different shapes. Below this we have a square grid on which two different shapes drawn by Buddha can be seen. One is in blue color, the other one in yellow. Questions. Will both these shapes fold into a cube? Draw at least one more shape which can fold into a cube. What will be the area of each face of the cube? Draw one shape which will not fold into a cube. Look around and discuss which things around you look like a cube. List a few. Shapes for an open box. Remember the puzzles with 5 squares in Chapter 3? You saw 12 different shapes made with 5 squares. Page 46. If you cut those shapes and fold them, some of those will fold into an open box, that is, a box without a top. Page 128. On the top of the page we have a picture of a girl with a box. Thinking and talking to us. She tells us, I can make open boxes with both these. But with these I cannot make open boxes. She's pointing to two different groups of shapes, which can be folded and made into an open box. Question. Find out which of the other 8 shapes on page 46 can be folded to make an open box. Draw more shapes which will not fold to make an open box. Boxes and boxes. All boxes are not cubes. Here are some different kinds of boxes. Match the shape on the left with a box into which it will fold. We have 2 different pictures. The first picture shows us some different kinds of boxes, and the second one is a group of some shapes into which those boxes may or may not fold. For the teacher. Making mental images of shapes is an important mathematical ability. Children will need many exercises to visualize the net of a box, to think of how it looks when flattened. and also to check which nets, like those on page 126, do not make a box. Page 129. Floor maps. For making a house, a floor map is first made. Have you ever seen a floor map? Here is a floor map of Vibha's house. It shows where the windows and the doors are in the house. On the left we have the floor map of Vibha's house, indicating the doors and windows clearly. Question: which is the front side of her house? How many windows are there on the front side? From the floor map, we cannot make out what her house really looks like. Or how high the windows are. So, we look for a special way of drawing the house which is deep, to show the length, width and height. Here are 4 deep drawings of houses. We can see 4 deep drawings around the question. A, B, C and D. You have to find out which one is Vibha's house. Why do the other 3 deep drawings not match the floor map? Discuss. For the teacher. A 3-dimensional perspective drawing has been called a deep drawing so that children get a sense of the need to represent depth. They should be able to see the difference between deep drawings and layout plans. Page 130. Practice time. 1. Observe this floor map of a house. Make doors and windows on the deep drawing of this house. Below this we have the floor map of a house which indicates the doors and windows, and to the next we have a deep drawing of the house. You have to make the doors and windows accordingly. Are there any windows you couldn't show on the deep drawing? Circle them on the floor map. 2. Try to make a floor map of your own house. A deep drawing of a cube. Sumitro and his friends made deep drawings of a cube. These are their drawings. We have 7 different drawings of the cube made by Sumitro and his friends. These have been marked as A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Which of the drawings look correct to you? Discuss. Can you add some lines to make drawing F into a deep drawing of the cube? Page 131. Puzzle. This cutout is folded to make a cube. There is a cutout before us which, when folded, can be turned into a cube. Question. Which of these are the correct deep drawings of that cube? A, B, C, D, E. 5 different options are there for you to observe and answer correctly. A simple way to draw a cube. Chanda wants to make a deep drawing of this cube. We can see a red-colored cube to the side of this question. She draws the cube like this. Below this we have a picture in which Chanda is explaining how she drew this deep drawing of the cube. I drew 2 squares like this to show the front face and the back face. We see 2 squares drawn a little diagonally to each other. I joined the corners of the squares like this to make the deep drawing of the box. In a simple but effective way, joining the corners of the squares turns this drawing into a deep drawing of the cube or the box. In the same way, make a deep drawing of a box which looks like this. We can see a rectangular box for which you have to make a deep drawing. For the teacher. The 2D representation of 3D objects is a matter of convention. And is learnt by children through experience. Here, the conventional way of drawing the cube is given. Page 132. Matchbox play. Naveen, Bhaskar and Pratigya made this bridge using matchboxes. Below the question, we have a picture of the bridge made by matchboxes. We also see the faces of Naveen, Bhaskar and Pratigya around the bridge. Naveen and Pratigya made drawings of the bridge. Naveen is saying, "The bridge looks like this to me from where I am standing." and we can note how his perspective looks like. To this, Pratigya answers, "The bridge looks like this to me. My drawing shows how high our bridge is and how wide it is." Now we see things from the perspective of Pratigya, and what we see is represented in a box in front of her. To this, Bhaskar says, "From your drawing I can make out how long and how high the bridge is, but I cannot make out how wide it is." Page 133. If you look at the bridge from the top, how will it look? Choose the right drawing below. We have two different options, A and B, to choose from. Think and then answer. Observe the photo and try to make a deep drawing of this bridge. Practice time. 1. Make drawings to show how this bridge will look. From the top, from the front, from the side. Adjacent to the question we have the picture of a bridge. 2. Make a matchbox model which looks like this. From the top, from the front, from the side. We again have a matchbox model and the different views given from the different sides. Also, make a deep drawing of the model in your notebook. Three. How many cubes are needed to make this interesting model? To the side of the question we see a very interesting model made of cubes. It's like a staircase going to two different directions, upwards. Here are some drawings of the model. Mark the correct top view drawing with T and the correct side view drawing with S. Four options A, B, C and D are given.